Hey, beautiful people, and welcome to Crowns and Conversations, the space where every story is honored, every journey is valid, and crowned or not, you belong here. I'm your host, Frankie Purdy, your reigning Universe United Mrs. 2025. I'm a wellness advocate, a lover of all things pageant, purpose, and power. Crowns and Conversations is all about creating a real space with real talk, with real queens doing real things. Whether it's about platform building, personal growth, or what's in your crown box, we're here to celebrate the story behind the sparkle. And today's guest is one you absolutely need to know. So grab your tea, get comfy, and let's get into this royal conversation. Welcome, Carline. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm so excited to have you here. You are a Fisk University senior, a future consultant, a purpose-driven leader with a heart for economic empowerment, mental health, and uplifting young women. You are the visionary behind Anyone Can Be a Queen, a platform that is rooted in self-love, confidence, mental well-being. And Carline, I believe that you remind us that being a queen is not just about the crown, but it's all about knowing your worth and working boldly into it. And I'm so excited to get to talk to you today. Yes, ma'am. So can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and what season are you in your life right now?
Hello, my name is Carline Boston. As she said, I'm currently a senior business administration major at Fisk University. Oh, beautiful. Currently in the season of life, I am trying to just figure it out. I'm trying to find my groove, find my purpose, find new hobbies. I've been recently getting into reading, diamond painting. So I've been trying to do like some more arts and crafts, watching TVs, binging stuff on Netflix. So just trying to find my groove on how I like to unwind after a long day of trying to fulfill my purpose.
That is amazing. And then I missed one important thing. You are the current reigning
Yes.
Miss Black. I'm sorry, Miss Black Tennessee USA
Yes,
2026.
yes, yes. How did
Yes,
I forget that too?
right. Like that's the most important. Well, not the most, but part of the story, right? While we're here with our crowns on, how we have them.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to hear what led you to that pageant system. I personally had the honor of seeing you on stage and seeing your crowning moment. It was beautiful, all the
Amazing.
things. So I'm excited that I got to be there for that crowning moment. But like I was saying, what drew you to this pageant system?
So I've had my eye on the Miss Black USA system for a minute, and I've been kind of debating on when the best time would be to try to get involved. And I figured during my senior year of college, why not give it one last try? I really love the fact that it's a pageant that celebrates the beauty of Black women. It puts us on a stage to show off all of our talents, our smarts, our purpose, and allow us to really walk and show the queens that we are. And so I absolutely loved everything that the organization stood for. I thought it would be an amazing opportunity to advance my personal platform if anyone can be a queen. And so I thought once I saw that registration open, the time is now, and here we are.
And here we are, girl. Well, definitely. So, speaking of your platform, let's talk about that. Like, what does it mean to you, and how did it come? Like, how did you come up with this idea of queen? And I'm assuming that queen with the dots, each thing means something. So, we can go and break that down.
Absolutely. So anyone can be a queen. The queen is an acronym. It stands for qualified, unique, educated, empowered, and noteworthy individuals. And yes, I really drew it from my personal experience from my first ever pageant. I did the Miss HBCU teen pageant my senior year of high school. And that was like the first time that I've ever been in a space like that, the first time that I was ever crowned and actually viewed that as a queen. And throughout my experience, I went through a lot of periods of self doubt, of feeling like I wasn't good enough, of feeling like imposter syndrome in a way. And then at some point throughout my journey, I realized I have all the tools I need to be a queen. Anyone can be a queen. It doesn't require a certain look or a certain background or a certain experience. Is really in you, and it's about bringing those personal qualities to light. And so I'm really passionate about mental health. I'm passionate about self-love and self-care because I think those are crucial in order to have a good mental health. And I'm passionate about leadership development and inspiring young women to believe in themselves and believe that they have everything they need to be a queen.
I know that's right. So I have a heart for community service as well. So I can really resonate with that. What
Yeah.
has been your favorite community service event that you've done through your platform?
Oh man.
If you have
That's
a few, we can go through. We got some time, so we can go through a few.
Man, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I've had so many amazing opportunities traveling to Memphis. I've been volunteering a lot with the Chief Cash Junior Firefighter Foundation, and it's been really awesome to kind of give back to the community and to connect with people out there. Today, I got the chance to read to kindergarteners in Columbia, Tennessee, so that was pretty cool. And currently, I'm in the process of wanting to launch my own initiative called Q.U.E.E.N Academy. It's a workshop kind of series in order to help women kind of fall into their skills so that they know that they can be a queen. And so I want to talk about leading with kindness, speaking like a queen, and discovering your crown. So the importance of journaling and really understanding who you are so that you're able to walk into your purpose.
I love that. Awesome, girl. Well, look, you got me on your team. So look, it's being recorded, so I can't take it back. But I would definitely love any type of support you need with that. I would love to assist, ask, or
Thank
do
you.
anything. I'm in the health and wellness space, so mental wellness is also something within my platform as well. So
Mm,
like I feel like we have a definitely connection there.
yeah.
So next question is, what first inspired you to step into pageantry?
I've always had my eye on pageantry since I was a child. I used to love toddlers and tiaras. I used to beg my mom to put me on stage. I was like, I should be there. And she wasn't going for it until my senior year of high school when she introduced me to the Miss HBCU teen pageant. So that was my first ever entry into pageantry. And I just loved it. I love, of course, the glitz and glamour of it all. So being able to get dressed up, get your makeup done, your hair done, so fun. And I also love the personal growth aspect of it because pageantry is difficult. Like you're getting on stage and you're putting yourself out there to be judged. And so there's a lot of like personal and mental work that goes into all of that. And so throughout that experience, I loved the way that it challenged me. And so that's what kind of kept me coming back.
That's awesome. That's literally some of the reasons that I also have for starting my pageant journey as well.
Mhm.
So look, happy Black History Month.
Yes.
I know I have a content day on Friday where I call it Fun Fact Friday. And so this month for me, I am highlighting like Black history moments in pageantry.
Mm.
So we know that pageantry has been around for a long time. The Miss America organization dates back to like 1926. The Miss USA system dates back to like 1950s. And then we know that we didn't get our first, the first entry ever of a Black woman in Miss America was in the 70s, and we didn't even take our first winner until the 80s. So with all that being said, that the there's a Miss Black America, and then also there's Black USA.
Mhm.
Miss Black America has been around since the 60s, and the Miss Black USA pageant has been around since the 80s.
Mhm.
So why do you think it's important for us to maintain these spaces with our Black pageantry specifically?
Mhm. I think that's a great question, and I think because of exactly what you said, the background that you just gave, it's so important to have spaces where Black women can be seen. And I think a lot of the times I'm always so inspired when I see Black women enter spaces that are really not made for them and make their way. I think that's phenomenal. But I think having a community of women that are like minded to you and being in a space that wants to see you win makes all the difference in the world. Because, like I said, pageantry is hard and there's a lot of mental toughness that has to come with it. And so, being in a space that allows you to be soft and to be yourself fully and authentically gives the world an opportunity to love you for who you are. And I think that's the beauty about pageants that are catered and geared towards Black women because it gives us that stage to be authentically ourselves.
I love that. And that resonates with me as well. I'm a director of the Miss Clarksville Juneteenth pageant, and we cater to young Black women because they need to understand that their beauty is beautiful.
Mhm.
And as the redefining Black beauty, I'm saying that's the Miss Black USA mantra. So
Yeah.
like I think that is important for us to maintain these spaces and not to get too far away, because I mean at the end of the day you have the option to go whichever way you want to go. So I think I agree with you that maintaining these Black spaces is definitely important for our youth and our young women and things like that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what challenges do you see young women facing today when it comes to self-confidence and self-worth?
Mm. I think a lot of challenges that I see young women facing today fall within comparison and feeling like they're not good enough because they're comparing themselves to other people. And I think it's a natural thing. It's something that we always do, something that I do as well. But I think it's so important to unlearn that because at the end of the day, like there is no one else like you. Like you're here
Mhm.
for a reason and you're here for a purpose. And so instead of trying to compare yourself to others and think about what you don't have, take the time to appreciate what you do have because it makes the world so much better. And so I'm hoping that, as we kind of move along, we kind of fall out of that trap of feeling like we're not doing enough or that we're not enough. But I think that's the biggest killer to confidence and the biggest feeder to self-doubt.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that response. I love that. Yeah, girl, we
We
like
on
coming.
the same
I know we
page.
come from the same cloth. I'm definitely picking up what you're putting down,
Nice.
and I let's break down some myths though, right? So I
Mhm.
want to say, a lot of people will say that, oh, I don't deal with women. I don't deal with women because they're catty and they're petty and this and the third.
Mhm.
How was it the relationship with your sister queens as you prepared and got ready and competed? Because what y'all spent like about a weekend together, right? During
Yeah,
pageant week. Yeah. Let's
we
talk
did.
about that experience and how you like what you took away from that.
Yeah. So what I will say is that we actually had a pageant workshop in Memphis in June. So we all
Mm,
got the chance to meet each other before the actual pageant. So that also helped in kind of building those bonds. What I can say for sure is that the women that I competed with and competed against were phenomenal. They are phenomenal. They're amazing. And they're so sweet, so kind. Even on like pageant weekend, on pageant day, some of my sister queens actually gave us like little goodies and little like actually this ring I got from Andrea, who I think you interviewed as well.
I
Yes.
did.
So it was so sweet. I think it was really inspiring to be in a space of, again, women that are like me. And at that point, like I was just excited to see anyone win because anyone had an amazing platform. And I knew that no matter what, the mission of the organization was going to be advanced. So it was very inspiring to be in that space. I've heard that notion before about how like pageant women are very catty and very competitive because it is a competition at the end of the day.
Mhm.
But I think once you kind of change your mindset about that, and again, that inner work that you do before entering the competition makes all the difference. Because once you stop seeing your competitors as competitors and as potential
Mhm.
peers and network builders and all of that, it makes a difference.
I can relate with that. I had a very similar experience with my pageant that I just had.
Mhm.
My sister queens, like I competed in my pageant system twice, and so I got first runner up the first year, and I maintained a very close bond with my sister queens. We still talk to this day, and then with this year, same thing. Like everyone was so supportive, and if your dress needed to be zipped up, they're running to to
Mhm.
grab. And we all exchanged gifts and did all those things, and I had like a very similar experience. I'm luckily and you're luckily have not had to deal with some of those things that you hear about backstage, like someone breaking your heel off or cutting your zipper out your, I don't know, crazy
Thank
stuff like that.
you.
That would could never imagine doing to someone because, like you said, pageantry is hard enough, right? It's you're already having to go in front of a panel of people and be judged, and that in itself can be very like very mentally challenging. So coming in with the correct mindset, I love all of that feedback for sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the competition. Y'all
Okay.
had y'all had 4 phases of competition, correct?
Yes, we did. We had fitness. Well, we had interviews, we had fitness, we had evening gown, and then we had on stage questions and talent, of course.
So out of those categories, what was your favorite and why?
Oh, I have to think about that. I would say my favorite, I have to say it was in between the interviews and evening gown. I would
Okay.
say interviews because I just love the opportunity to be able to share my personality with the judges and to be able to connect with them on a more one-on-one level. I enjoyed the questions that they asked me and I love to chat. And so that was really fun. And then the evening gown, because I think there's nothing better than just being in your dress and taking it all in. Like the moment, feeling beautiful. All eyes are on you. Everyone is just in awe. You're in awe. It's just an amazing experience. And so that has to be my two favorite categories.
Okay. Yep. I agree. I like interview as well. That's one of my favorite categories because, as you said, it's that one time you get to do that one-on-one with the judges.
Mhm.
I actually, someone's done the math, right?
Mhm.
So outside of interview, you probably spend like less than 3 minutes on
Mm.
stage.
Yeah, I
Outside
mean,
of you guys, because y'all have talent, but like if you don't have a talent competition, you
yeah.
don't spend that much time on stage in front of the judges. So that interview time is really, like you said, to connect with them and for them to see your personality.
Mhm.
Well, as someone who's actually seen you compete on the stage, you definitely, the audio and the video and everything matches. Because one thing I remember is that you were very bubbly on stage, and I thought to myself,
Oh.
I wonder if she's that bubbly in person. I
Ah.
can definitely say from our conversation thus far that yes, you are. You are
Thank you
very
so much.
lovely in person, just as you are on stage. Because that's what I remember. I remember your talent too. I remember your talent just being so like
Yes.
light and like just like almost you could float on a cloud, just like your
That was the goal, that's what I was trying to get at. I appreciate
personality really did shine through. And I definitely am excited because like I would love to come to nationals and
it.
so
Mhm.
like and just see you on the national stage and
Yeah.
support you guys in that way. So I definitely have it on my short list to
Yeah.
as one of the pageants that I definitely want to make this year for sure.
Let me know. I'd love to see you there.
Speaking of that, what are we doing in preparation for nationals, honey?
So the prep starts now. I've been trying to get my life together in terms of figuring out like coaching schedules, what I want the vibe for my outfits to be. So it's really just kind of been vibe setting, thinking about how I want to present myself. I've also been working on my talent. And so I wanted to get that done and out the way because we're leveling up. And so really just preparation and thinking about how I want to spend the next couple of months so that I'm in the best possible position come nationals. It's also been like kind of difficult because being a college student, there's a lot going on. And so I've been trying to figure out how to like balance my time as well as get things together in order to like do some prep work. So I've been trying to look for coaches, thinking about when I'm going home and how all of that would work. So a lot of different moving pieces, but hopefully we'll have a more solidified plan in a couple of weeks.
So speaking about home, what are we calling home? We calling Brooklyn
Oh,
home?
yes.
We calling Tennessee home? Like which one was home?
New York. I mean, I would say I have 2 homes, but, like, home is always gonna be Brooklyn for me. I'm from New York. That's just where all my people are, and so that's where I'll be spending a good majority of time too, in between the end of school and nationals. So, yeah, that's where that comes in.
Okay, okay. So what brought you down here to Tennessee specifically was Fisk University.
Yeah, I toured Fisk. It's a super small campus, but I love that about it. It has a very family-oriented vibe. It's very historical as well. I'm a huge history nerd, so I absolutely love that about the campus too. It feels like I'm living in a museum, which I think is pretty cool.
I know that's right. So let's talk about how small the world is. So we kind of we talked about this earlier today, but you actually know one of my queens.
I do. Krista, she's awesome. I met her during a Queen's conversation panel hosted by our Miss Freshman, and she was super cool. And I'd love, she told me all about the Miss Clarksville Juneteenth pageant, and I absolutely love it. I love everything that you do. And so it was so cool to connect and like hear that you're the director of that.
For sure. I definitely love it. I love to pour into people. Leadership is my bread and butter. And
Mhm.
so wherever I can motivate and continue to bring people into the pageant world, because I do feel that pageantry offers so much more than just a crown and a sash, right?
Mhm.
It forces you to stretch yourself in ways that you didn't know you possibly could.
Yeah.
Especially I know a lot of times with pageantry, the talent competition makes people feel a little nervous. So they're like, what would I do? So it's just interesting when you find people who are doing something outside of dancing and singing because you gave a monologue,
Mhm. I
right?
did.
So
Yeah.
being able to show your personality and
Mhm.
and what you wanted to extend to the judges, like sounds like based off my my review that it hit.
Yeah.
So
Ah.
you also won, so like it hit.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
that's always wonderful. So I love the fact, like, was that kind of like, well, did you know, like, yep, I'm gonna do a monologue, or did you find yourself like, ooh, I'm not quite sure what I might do, and kind of had to like brainstorm or think? Can you talk about like how you developed your talent?
Absolutely. I knew that my talent was going to be something speaking wise because I cannot sing, I can't dance, so I can't play an instrument. So we're running out of options. I did have some experience like with writing since childhood. It's always been something that I've been interested in. And so it's been something I've been trying to lean on more in these last couple of years. And I really just wanted to think about a talent that I can relate to my platform, that can inspire people and still be able to like show my personality, because I think playing on your strengths is the biggest thing, and I didn't want to do anything that I knew I wasn't comfortable with. But it was still very difficult to try to figure out like what exactly I'm going to write about. Creative block is real, and so just having to just keep pushing through that and try to find inspiration in every little part of life until it comes to you is like the biggest
I
thing.
love that. So you hear that, ladies? You hear that, viewers? Do not let a talent competition prevent you from into that system that you might feel nervous because of this there because of a talent. Like so many emerging talents are coming out. I've seen sign language as a talent. I've seen a young lady, present a robot that she
Mhm.
made and what it can do on stage. So there's a lot of different options. And I'm so happy that Carline shared that story of just perseverance and like really tapping into a part of herself that she's always had interest in. And it goes back to what I was talking about stretching yourself in ways you didn't even know you could.
Mhm.
So I love that. I love that for you. I love
Thank
that for me watching it because it was awesome.
thank
So
you so much.
yeah, I love that. This has been fun, girl. Like,
It has been.
so so do you have a pageant queen or someone in pageantry that you look towards for inspiration?
Ooh, okay, I like this question. I would say I have 2 that come off the top of my mind. Miss Texas, her name is Annette. I don't wanna mispronounce her last name. I think it's Adoyobo, but she was
The
the first. No, she was Miss Texas a couple years ago. She was the first immigrant to be crowned Miss Texas.
Okay.
Yes, and she's really awesome. Her spoken word piece was phenomenal. So she's somebody that I was really inspired by. Also, Deshauna Barber, Miss USA. She's phenomenal as
Yep.
well. And
Mhm.
one of my like dreams is to become a public speaker or like some type of motivational speaker in the future. And so I really admire the work and the platform that she was able to build off of her pageant experience. And so it's something that I hope to do as well for myself.
She's one of my inspirations as she was actively serving in the
Yeah.
military, and so she was the first ever Miss USA to don that title. Since then, we've had Alma Cooper, who was last year's
Mhm.
Miss USA, who was actually on active duty at the time when she was serving. So it's just always so interesting and I serve active duty right now, so showing people that you can have alternate experiences, have a full-time job, and still do this thing
Mhm.
of pageantry and really utilizing pageantry for more than just the crown and the sash, right? The
Mhm.
platform, what do you want to say, identifying your why,
Mhm.
and allowing that to drive you forward. Because on the days when pageantry gets really rough and you're like, why, I don't really know why I'm doing this,
You
being able to
gotta
fall
keep
back into
going.
that why of
Yeah.
why I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, and I also want to shout out the Ms. Black Mississippi currently because she's also a veteran. Her name is Andrea Tony.
Tony,
So I
yes,
definitely think that you
ma'am.
should hook up a conversation with her too. She's awesome.
Yep. You definitely have a really nice group of sister queens.
Yeah.
Because the way your system works is like it's Tennessee, but your director also produces other pageants as
Yeah.
well, correct?
Yes, exactly. I believe my director now has 3 states. So she's doing Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, which is pretty cool too, because you're able to kind of intermingle with queens from other states.
I think that's great because when you go to nationals, like you're gonna know somebody,
Exactly. Yeah.
and y'all are gonna come together and like even though we talk about competition and what that really means, right? Yes, you're competing, but at the end of the day, when you get with your sister queens and you share all that love, at the end of the day, anyone who wins is gonna be deserving, right? That's
Yeah.
because of the relationship and things that you build, and you'll be happy for anybody,
Yeah.
even though the goal is to win.
Of course, but you told
But
the
at the end of the day, like the biggest competition is with yourself.
yeah.
What I tell people about pageantry that people get confused is that they think pageantry is a comparison, when in reality,
Mhm.
pageantry is you are going on stage and you are presenting your best self to the judges, and the judges are grading you based off the performance you gave and not a comparison of the performance of the person next to you to the left and to the right. And
Mhm.
people don't realize that that's really what pageantry is. So you're in a competition with yourself.
Exactly.
Your goal is to go on stage and give the best performance you can on that day. And then
Mhm.
if you don't win, understand that pageantry is also subjective, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
like there's a whole I have a whole secondary series on like my thoughts and opinions on
Yeah.
pageantry and answering questions like that.
Mhm.
But I also love getting other queens' perspectives on pageantry as well.
Yeah, no, I think I say the exact same thing. And I actually, in the past, served on the Miss Black and Gold Court at my school, which is the pageant that the Alphas host. And this year, I had the opportunity to direct that pageant. And so that was pretty cool to be on the other side. And as I'm helping my baby queens, I call them, I
Mhm.
tell them that at the end of the day, like pageantry is exactly what you said. It's a competition with yourself, and it's presenting yourself and hoping that you're who the judges are looking for that day. You
Yep.
don't know what the judges are looking for. You don't know what personality they want. You don't know who they're gonna be drawn to. All you can do is present your best self and hope that it's you. And if it's not you, then it's out of your hands. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you.
Nope.
It just means that it just wasn't your time. And
Wasn't
that's
your time.
yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's where the perseverance comes in. And
Mhm.
so, making that decision, like, is it something I want to continue to do? Is it something that, that I just need to get laser focused on?
Mhm.
And then making those decisions.
Yeah.
So, but question,
Yes.
is your crown box handy?
I have my crown box right here.
Okay. So what is in your crown box?
God, I got a bunch of things in here. Let's go through it together. Okay. So, of course, we have the essentials. So, I can't not have the bobby pins and the clips to keep the crown on the head.
Period.
I also have some safety pins since my sash likes to move around, come apart, all sorts of stuff. So, I keep those in there to keep her steady and safe. And then, as I shared with you earlier, I went to an elementary school this morning, and some of the students were so sweet to leave me some gifts. And so they were so generous and were wanting to give me things. And so I kept some of their crafts that they gave me, and I like to keep it in the box now as well, because this is a reminder of like who we're doing this for. Seeing their excitement was just everything to me. And so yeah, that's what's in my box. What's in your crown box?
Girl, in my crown box, I also have the essentials. I have a single bobby pin, even though I know I need more than that. I have my traveling companion, my little frog.
Ooh, that's so cute.
Comes with me everywhere. I also have a gift from a pageant that I directed, a notepad.
Nice.
I have some money in here. I keep cash because I always show up somewhere and they want me to pay for something. My prized possession is my Tide pin.
Okay,
Get
listen.
the messes off my sash immediately. Yeah. It's not really appropriate at this point, but I do keep my shades.
Nice.
But I haven't needed them in recent. So those are some of my essentials. And of course, I always keep a pen because
nice, smart.
Yes, just in case I gotta write something down. So I always like that's what I keep them. And I also have a pair of earrings in there too, just in case. I'm like, oh, I forgot my earrings because for work I don't really wear earrings. So like if I go somewhere and forget to put some in, I always have a pair.
Nice. I need to step my crown box game up. That was good. I love the Tide Pod. I've needed that a couple of times, so I'm definitely gonna put that in there. And your frog, I love that. That was
Well always too. So like it's just like my little there's just little things like little accoutrements. Like when I see it, I'm like just have to have it. So
yeah. That's awesome.
But okay, so we are coming to the end of time, but I'd like to do an outro like a this or that. So I'm gonna say two things and then you tell me what you prefer.
Okay.
Right? So heels or sneakers?
Heels.
All right. Crown and sash or just sash?
Ooh, just sash.
Salad or hamburger?
Hamburger.
I got one more. Running or walking?
walking. I cannot run.
I know that's right. Carline, I appreciate you so much. You could have been anywhere in the world today, but you were here with me sharing your story, and it was a beautiful story. I'm so happy we got to connect, and I look forward to like seeing you in the future. I hope that you are in town and are able to make it to the Miss Clarksville Juneteenth pageant, because representation matters, right? And
Yeah.
so we're not all visionaries. I say we're not all Martin Luther King Juniors, right? Where we can see things that we've never seen before. So
Yeah.
every time you put that crown and sash on, you embody something for young girls to mold themselves off of. And I appreciate you stepping up to the plate and being that inspiration for girls, especially girls that look like us.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I appreciate you for hosting these spaces where you're amplifying our voices. You are so sweet. You made this so much fun. The conversation flowed so naturally. And I really do appreciate all the work that you do.
Well, I appreciate you, friend. Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and let you peace out, and I will see you again soon. All right, girl.
Bye.
Bye. Man, I'm so glad I had the chance to talk with Carline Boston. She's amazing, and I look forward to seeing y'all next time. All right, see y'all later.